welcome to the first episode of Absolutely Fascinating. Of course, this is not the first recording of this episode, but this will be the one that gets posted. Hopefully. This podcast is about me, you can call me Ellie or Eli, as I dive through the multiple fascinating things that this world has to offer and that's yet to be discovered or discussed. There are so many interesting topics and people out there. If you can think about it, someone's probably researching it or making it. From microscopic origami research to tracking bird songs to see how they change and essentially turn into literal viral tweets. There are people all around the world doing so many cool and interesting things, and that's always been my norm. I've never been one to shy away from the term interdisciplinary, transdisciplinary, or just the overlapping of subjects. I've always seen subjects as intersecting math in art, art in computer science in music. I feel like if you can bring them close enough, you can see subjects intersect, and there are so many projects, ideas, dreams, and theories at those intersections. And I've always been the one to spend my free time exploring those intersections, even if it's not related to what I'm studying. It's always worthwhile. Even if I haven't been able to use it in my immediate life, there's always been small specks of coincidences or just random moments where it's either come up or it's just made me smile and ponder and just think, wow, someone is out there figuring out how best to bind the book for an anime art book. Someone is out there designing sponges for kitchens so it can best fit into a particular user's hands. And someone is out there trying to decide whether or not they need to add a little more or a little less to a cup design. You can tell that I'm a bit design-centered, but don't worry, that will not at all limit the scope of this podcast. So, if you're ready to listen to the wild ramblings of a now 20-something-year-old, or the possible interview with some of those people who are working in the fields, be it 20-something-year-olds or 70-plus-year-olds or whatever-year-olds, then Absolutely Fascinating is the podcast for you. If you're curious about the world and want to wonder with me along the way, then tune in to Absolutely Fascinating, the podcast with no schedule as of now, and unsure of one in the foreseeable future, but tune in when you can, and I'll look forward to having you listen as you look forward to hearing from me. Until then, thank you for tuning in to Absolutely Fascinating. This podcast was recorded in a small library inside my bedroom. This podcast is produced by Eli B. You can feel free to reach me at my email, which I will put in the description or some sort of linky space on this podcast platform or site. If you're interested in interviewing with me or talking about a particular subject or have suggestions, feel free to email me there or reach me at Projects by Eli on Twitter or on Instagram. That's kind of the portal for all my stuff. Yeah, and until I get onto Spotify and iTunes or figure out how to get onto there, you'll find me here or over there, wherever. I'm so good at closings. Yes, thank you so much for tuning in and listening, and I'll hear you next time. Bye.